How's that body looking?
Welcome to the Gun Show. And finally convinced Sir Graham Henry to come on.
You are far bitter in that izzy.
Ouch, the daggers are out.
Don't be smart. The only thing you'll be doing is diving into my freezer pool.
Yeah, bro, hard.
And it doesn't get much cuter than this.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Kia ora, I'm Sean Wainui, and this is Isolation Nation.
Welcome back to Investec Super Rugby Isolation Nation. Israel Dag, we've got one heck of a show for you tonight. It is jam-packed with entertainment, so we're going to start it right off with you. We're going to get the band back together tonight, but before we do, what are some of the songs that you used to sing on the bus during your day?
Well, all the boys would know this classic. The late, great Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. That was Steve Henson's favourite song, and yeah, after every win or every test match, he'd be up the front demanding, "Hold on, Kenny Rogers, The Gambler." So we had to play that one. That's the only one that comes to mind for me.
How does it go again?
I've seen people's faces, knowing what to go for. I don't even know the words, but that's the one. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay, well, as I say, people are getting the band back together. They've been very creative on social media. High School Musical got their team back together. The New Zealand Army Band, they've had their own strike thing. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And our very own Black Ferns, check them out.
Beautiful girls.
Nice work, ladies. It was awesome. Okay, well, a man with many talents, Joey Wheeler, we've been lucky enough to catch up with him, and we did something a bit different. I went through his Instagram and chose some of my favourite pictures. He explains them.
Right. Yeah, so this was our wedding day, Courtney and my wedding day. Knocking off the greatest beer in the world at Jimmy States up on the top of, I can't remember the hilltop we flew up to. It's at the back of Blenheim, overlooking Marlborough where we're from, and it's just appropriate to knock off the best beer in the world, isn't it? At the top of the mountain ridge. But yeah, it was a great day.
Next one. What have we got? This one here. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, nice. That was my birthday? That was with my team in Japan, Suntory. I celebrated my birthday. I can't remember who we played, but Courtney organised a cake for after the game, and we were getting a photo, and Matt Gatto thought it was a good idea to slam the cake in my face. Delicious carrot cake it was too, wasted all over my face. But yeah, there was, I think that was last year, my birthday, so that would have been, I don't really want to say it, my 32nd birthday. I know I don't look at a year older than 21.
Okay, number 3. This is a cute one.
Oh, yep, this is the, when we announced that we were having a little baby, which at the time we didn't know was going to be a girl.
Is Indy anything like you?
Yeah, she is. Obviously, thankfully, she doesn't have my horrific looks. Keeps the smiles on everyone's faces. Loves saying hello and goodbye to everyone on our walks. So hello. Everyone loves talking baby to babies. Hello, yeah, hello, little one. How you going? All that high-pitched voice. It's amazing, isn't it?
What's your baby voice like?
Well, that was it. I thought that was pretty good. Hello, little Indy. How you going?
Have you got a best impersonation?
I used to think, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's good, but I used to try to Graham Henry, and I used to try to give him a call every end of season just to humour the boys after a few too many tubes. But yeah, it's probably not great.
Away you go.
Kirsty, Ted here. I've been watching Isolation Nation, and I must say that you are far better in that Izzy here. No good for TV, Kirsty, no good.
Yeah, but I used to do a speech that he did to the Beeve, you know, when he was whitebaiting.
I said to the Beeve, Beeve, what are you up to? And he said to me, I'm down to Waikato whitebaiting. I said, how much you got?
Oh, about £9, Ted.
That's a shitload of whitebait, Beeve. How about you bring some of that to the Hilton Auckland and you're playing in the final?
That's so good. Did he ever answer the phone when you called?
All the time. Yeah, he basically knew when it came to that time of year that, the phone call would come through at any stage. One time Raymond was in the kitchen and I was just talking absolute shit. So I gave him the rundown of the Beaver speech one more time to the lads, because a lot of the time the new boys didn't believe me that Ted would answer. And then one time we were yarning, and then he just pulled the phone away because I was obviously talking too much, and he goes,
Raymond, have you checked the chicken roast off?
I couldn't believe it. I thought it was brilliant. And Raymond was slaving over a chicken roast while he was just yarning to the lads all juiced up down underneath it.
So good. Best story. Next picture.
Oh, yeah. Where was it? Oh, this is in Hong Kong when we played racing. And the Barracuda had dislocated his shoulder in that game when we played racing. And they actually performed in an arts match. They all sung a song. And we, being landers, you know, we might have lost the game, but we never lose an aftermatch. That's my theory anyway. And we didn't have anything to come back with. And Jamie had just done a speech. And I was like, hey, we've got to sing something. He's like, what are we going to sing? So I just thought it was appropriate that when in doubt, you sing the Barracuda, don't you? So I heard there was a Hawke's Bay boy that Jamie called and pleased the Lord. But you don't really know him, do ya? His slippery, sliding, running style tricked the opposition for a mile. Richard Buckman is the Barracuda. 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 There you go, Chris.
You haven't lost it, Joey. You've still got it. He is such a character, Joey. You have to have someone like that in the team, Izzy, right?
100%. You need someone that brings energy, and what a character like Joey is. We all know he's a funny guy, but I've got my own little story about Ted. When I first met Ted, I was playing at the Highlanders, first year there, and he comes up to me and goes, hey, Izzy. And I said, hey, Ted, myself, you know, first time I met him, and he goes, geez, you're rocking tubby. And I was like, oh, okay then, ran off.
He's so brutal. Okay, well, Steve Hansen, he's a great successor from the man, Sir Graham Henry.
Yeah, how disappointed are you with no live sport to watch right now, Steve?
As little kids, we're taught to take the good with the bad, and we have to do that.
Okay, but when would you like to watch live sport again?
Well, tomorrow would be great.
So does this mean you'll finally start watching Sex in the City with the Mrs. Steve?
Yeah. I'm trying to do my best not to talk about this.
And what about Geordie Shore?
There's no point asking me. I told you I'm not going to talk about it, guys.
Well, we're all missing sport a wee bit, aren't we? And Piri Weepu, former All Black, number 9 during that Rugby World Cup. Yes, don't worry, Piri's on. He's been missing the hunting, diving and fishing.
Oh, mean to have you on, Uncle. How you been, brother? How's isolation been?
Yeah, pretty good, bro. Been actually looking forward to do a bit of this lately. Everyone's been given the green light to go out for a bit of a dive. And
Do you actually know how to do it?
don't you start. The only thing you'll be doing is diving into my freezer board.
Yeah, bro, hard. I'll be honest here, like, I'll come put my toes in so you can get my quota, but I won't get in there. Bro, what do you love about it? What do you love about getting in the sea and just being alone, eh? Or some bit of peaceful?
I guess for me, not only the being peaceful in the water, but you can take a bit of time to yourself, you know, especially when I was playing, happy to be on my days off going to do a bit of diving. You know, amateurs when I first started, but when I got the bug, man, I was just keen just to go for a dive, even if we caught nothing, bro. Honestly, it was just purely just to be in the water.
Let's talk about your show, bro. Your Piri's Tiki Tours. That's just going gangbusters, eh? You must be pretty happy with how that's gone, and you won an award last year. How good was that?
Oh, bro, it was pretty cool. I never really thought that I would have got an award for TV. I've only been doing the show for 2 seasons. Got to hang out with some beautiful people around our country. I was laughing, bro, because I messaged through to the production company, like the girls and all that. I was like, oh, is there a dress code? And they're like, yep. But they didn't say anything. They just left it at that.
Yeah.
They got to text me later, about an hour later. Oh, it's number 1. So I was like, yep. Got to the airport and goes, oh, it's like a black tie event. Yeah, sweet as. I got up there, bro. I was literally in my swan dry jeans and I had jandals on. And then I was like, oh, I better put gumboots on, a little bit more respectful.
I heard you've been doing some charades, cuz.
Oh, bro, hilarious. Bro, there were some pearlers. I think, I know my brother can be quite funny sometimes, and he was here with mum doing charades, and bro, he was doing Lethal Weapon. And I was like, this is going to be very interesting because I know my brother's a bit of a dork sometimes, so I want to know what he's up to.
Yeah.
And bro, he stood there, literally like pointing.
Lethal Weapon. Wow.
Yes, he's pointing at his green area, going, looking at everyone in the pointing downwards. I was just in my head. I was like, look, sitting back, going, you egghead.
Yeah, I'm about to jump on PlayStation after this, so shut up and stop talking and we'll finish, eh?
Wow! Please don't tell me you're going to game with CJ, because you know what happens between the two of you if you're gaming.
What happens, Piri?
You really want me to tell everyone how much of a suki bubba you guys can be to each other, and how one person can lose the plot and throw the bloody control at the other one?
Oh, we've never done that, have we?
No, never.
Is he?
Come on, bro. Oh, I don't know if anyone would have got that.
Well, let's have a game of charades, eh? I've got one for you, Izzy. How good are you?
I'm silly at this. Go.
Okay, ready? We'll see how long it takes you.
Yep. First word. Film. Yep. Boy.
How did you know?
I know, boy.
Are you kidding me?
Silly. I told
Are you kidding me? Let's do the first guess.
Boy, let's go. I'm a boy. You pointed at me, boy.
Hey, Chardonnay.
Can you do the moonwalk? Nah.
Want to see some Michael Jackson dance moves?
You're a rough egg, Kirsty. Hurry up.
You're a boiled egg.
You're a scrambled egg.
You're a poached egg.
You're an omelette egg.
When you've got no comeback. Okay, well, the reason why we were playing that game of charades is because Sean Wainui, well, he's a boy himself from the east coast of New Zealand, and he's had his own little one who has the most beautiful name.
Kawariki means is a plant that used to give Māori kids to make them stronger when they're sick. So it's in essence his name means strength. And then Te Raiona means the lion. I'm hard out into my reggae, Jawas, Rastafari, that sort of stuff, and the lion is, posed as a god.
How did like the Rastafarian side come about? Like, when did you first start loving that culture?
Well, from a young age, like my whole family was hard out into reggae music. My dad loves New Zealand reggae, House of Shem, Catch a Fire and all that. And when I was real young, that's all he used to have we used to play just CDs of House of Shem, the same CD nearly every day. When you think of reggae music, you think of, sun, happy times. And I've always wanted dreadlocks from day one. Took me a long while to get there because you get through a lot of ugly stages. And not saying that I'm not ugly now, but you get to a stage and it's just like everywhere, and then you're like, I'm gonna cut it off. But I just stuck through and finally got through.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Auckland.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I grew up in Auckland.
So you're a city boy.
Yeah. I grew up in Auckland. I'm originally from Gisborne, so all my whānau resonate in Gisborne. I find that more times I go back is better for me, especially now. When I go back, it's good for healing purposes for my head and stuff. So going back to my river, going back to my mountain, going back to my marae is massive for me. Cleanses my Wairua, really. Yeah.
Can you talk to us about that? Obviously, I know what it's like down there, but for people that wouldn't have been down there, like the coast is different, eh?
I guess if you live in the city, I guess if you go Gizzy, you'll just find that people are real straight up. They're just, I reckon everyone's nice. But quite hearty, they'll give you a stare up, but they'll cheer my bro as well. All my whānau are quite similar. They're real lovely people, but they look quite rugged, but really they're lovely. So
totally different scenes, like going from Auckland in the school year to like going on holiday down in Gizzy. Like, what did you do when you're on holiday down there?
Going hunting, bareback, holding a gun, bloody all this sort of stuff. You're sticking a pig, eating lamb's tails. That's my favourite. And then bonfire, having beers with your aunties. It's like some of my whānau, they got nothing. They got no money, nothing, but they're the happiest people. And that's something that was good. I was learning gratitude from going back home.
Lamb's fry? Do you like lamb's tail?
Oh, I love lamb's tails. So the trick is heaps of salt and some soy sauce.
Okay, boiler or a hangi? What do you prefer?
Boiler.
Why?
My dad makes the best ones, and I'll boil up and I love. That's my favourite kai actually, boil up. So boil up.
How connected were you to the Māori side growing up?
My mother's a Pākehā, so I got sent to a lot of Pākehā schools when I was young. It wasn't until I was about year 9 when I really found who I was and really chased after my culture. Took Māori classes at school on my own bat, did hard out kapaka, and then from there I was just like, this is me. You don't have to be fluent to be Māori, and that's the most, if you're Māori, and that's it. And you should be proud of it no matter what.
Yeah, it's great to hear the insights from the good mate of mine, Shawnee Wainui. He spent a few years down at the Crusaders, and I know how much he loves his culture, the Māori culture. He's immersing himself in it. I'll tell you what, he's one hell of a hoary, I'll tell you. But he rolls up in gummies, goes to town in gummies. He doesn't hold anything back, but he's a good man.
Yeah, he's actually going to school us. That's not the end of that. He's going to school us on how to do, the old turbro.
Oh, that one.
Kotai, number 1 is the lips. You want to get them nice and like you're blowing your mum's ear kiss, or you're going to give Nan or someone else a kihi. Kapai. Number 2, the nose, the ihu. You want to squint it up like you're sniffing something like Nan's boiler. Kapai. Number 3, you want to close your eyes, squint your eyes. Most important. And number 4, actually this is the most important, you want to go like this or like this. Ka pai? Because if you go downwards, probably looking for a scrap. Ka pai? See? Scrap. But that's better. Ka pai? Let's put it all together. Cheer, ma, bro.
Cheer, bro.
Cheer, auntie.
I don't think I've got it. I'll leave it to you, Sean. Okay, well, it inspired us. Sean Wainui inspired us to do something on the hakas, the best we've ever seen. So we've compiled a list of our top 3. First one, Tana Umanga, 2005, as the first time couple or panga was performed.
Spine tingling, man. I remember Tana just doing that haka. Oh, man, I still get goosebumps to this day. It was unbelievable.
Next one is incredible high school haka, New Plymouth Boys High School. Their entire student body lined up on the gully and performed it total for their team. Okay, our third one, and you'll remember this quite fondly, 2011, Rugby World Cup in New Zealand, flash mobs started breaking out literally all over the world. Sydney, New York, London, Queensland, Auckland. It was amazing. What do you remember from that?
I remember the flash mob at Viaduct during the World Cup. I remember seeing a lot of the people down there, how passionate they were, and us as players sitting at the hotel ready to go do battle. That got us up and got us really excited. So it was awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible. Still remember that like it was yesterday. Okay, well, next up, very special. You caught up with your old teammate, Sevu Reece. This one's a goodie.
Here we go, team. We got the man, the one and only Sevu Reece. How's isolation been, bro? Been keeping busy?
Yeah. Obviously, got our training programs from the one and only ST.
I've been seeing your baking though, and Conrad's told me he's going to come over with the calipers and test that puku out. How's that body looking? Well, let's talk about your journey, bro. Growing up in Fiji, tell us what that was like for a kid growing up in Fiji in the village playing rugby.
It's like you have to play rugby. You know, you'd be watching. I don't know if you know Wainui Serevi, the legend. Yeah. Everyone wanted to become like him. And the island is not easy.
Yeah.
So that's what everyone that's why you see most islanders are overseas in France, Japan, wherever. You have to leave Fiji in order to support your family because that's the main goal you want to do.
You're in Waikato. You're just about to go to Connacht, and then you get a call from the Crusaders.
I still remember that moment, man. It's got a call from Razor. And then they told me, we'll bring you in for pre-season because we've got this guy here that he's injured at the moment. And then I was like, who's that? And then they're like, that's Israel Dag.
Oi, you're welcome. You're welcome. You can say thank you to me now.
Thank you so much, Izzy.
How special was 2019 for Sevu Reece and your family, especially your mum?
Yeah, man. 2019, I guess just the start of it. Like I said, when I first came down, just training, I was like, man, I would train here this whole year, and I don't even mind if I don't play. And then I was lucky enough to get named in the squad to play the Chiefs here in Christchurch. I went back home, called my parents, told them, I was like, hey, guess what? I'm playing this weekend. Burst into tears and because like you said, just the journey, and then to where I am now, it's just they just words couldn't explain it, for them.
Yeah. This is my son. I'm here to support him, and the whole family is seated over here.
You obviously cemented your position in that Crusaders team, but then when you got that call up to the next jersey, that All Blacks jersey.
I just made it to the Super Rugby, you know what I mean? So I was like, heck no, that,
It gives me great pleasure to announce the first All Blacks squad.
They had just started naming the team.
The opening 2 matches.
And then it came down to, I think it was after Rito.
Yeah.
Because after Rito, and then they say, Sevu Reece. Blah 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 blah, and then so when they said that, I didn't listen to it the first time, but George, he actually told me, he was like, he just jumped up and he was like shaking me, and then I was like what's that? And then he he replayed it again.
Sevu Reece, Crusaders and Waikato.
As soon as I heard my name called out, man, I had like the shakes and stuff. I was like, wow.
Reece, now can he win the race? I reckon. What a try!
I got one little question before we go.
Tell me, Izzy.
2011. Tell me about your profile pic of a young Israel Dag on Facebook.
Oh man, how?
Oi, please.
Let's
Just
stop the
film my
recording
ego
now.
up. I need it. Hurry up. Did you like my game, G? Did you like my game?
What? Your gooey it's all right.
So humble as always, Izzy. I'm sure that you are the profile pictures of thousands of New Zealanders up and down the country after 2011. Okay, well, that is all we have time for tonight, Investec Super Rugby Isolation Nation. But we're going to leave you with a little bit of magic. It's Joey Wheeler and the Highlanders.
He went down to St. Clair, trying to get a tan on his hideous white skin. Good people really loved America.